What do you know about Pokemon, Naomi?
I played this game. It was awful.
Oh, that's so sad.
I find that Crystal is very easy in comparison, and that the recent games are extremely easy.
See,
I am your rival.
Pokemon Gen 2 is fucked up because it is extremely easy for 99% of Johto, and then you get to the Elite Four, and then just you're fucked because the Elite Four is like 10 to 15 levels ahead of you because the level curve is fucking terrible.
People have told me that.
Yeah, that is the most well-known thing about Gen 2, and they didn't fix it in Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
You know the game by memory, by the way?
Yeah, I know Yellow very well because it was... I forget which exactly it was, but either this a game or Mario... Whoa, nice cry.
Pika.
Either this game or Mario 64 was the first game I ever played. So I played this game and Mario 64 a lot.
And Paper Mario.
Paper Mario I don't think I played for a while, actually, because it was a late N64 game, and I was born when the 64 came out.
Okay. Doxing your age.
Yeah, whatever. Maybe I'll upload this in 3 years, and then it won't be true anymore. First of all, the whole reason I'm doing a Butterfree only run is because when I played this game as a kid, you know, Brock is basically impossible when you only have a Pikachu that only knows electric attacks. So the game basically forces you to find another Pokemon, and the two options I had in the guide that I had of this game as a kid was either get Nidoran and teach it Double Kick, or get a Caterpie, evolve it to Butterfree, and use Confusion. I ended up getting Butterfree, and most people just use their starter for the entire game because the starters are always really good. But Butterfree, I was just like, fuck it, I like psychic moves, I like Confusion. I'm just gonna use this thing for the whole game. I can't remember if I actually beat the game with Butterfree solo or if I like got some other random Pokemon. I actually have to win against the rival here. I'll explain why in a minute.
Against me.
Yeah, against Naomi. Okay, we're good. Okay, wait, I got ahead of myself a little bit. So this is Butterfree only. No other Pokemon except for using TMs or HMs like Dig or Surf or whatever outside of battle. I'm not going to use items mid-battle, so I can't heal mid-battle with items. If I get like Dream Eater or something, I can use that. Rival has the most dangerous Pokemon for Butterfree, which most of the time will be the Fire starter because, you know, it's a bug is weak to fire. But for this game, I have to win against the first two battles with the rival because in this game, the rival has an Eevee, and what the Eevee evolves into is based on whether you win or lose the first two battles. If you win the first two, then his Eevee becomes a Jolteon, which is the most dangerous for Butterfree.
It has lots of science to it.
I actually did. I mean, I didn't I didn't put on my fucking nerd glasses and go into the lab for this shit, but I did look up a bunch of stuff.
Don't worry, I have the glasses.
That's true. I'm also using Butterfree specifically and not a Caterpie that evolves into Butterfree, so I'm not going to have Tackle or Harden or String Shot. None of those moves are good, but...
No Harden!
Yeah, no, I can't have a hardening Butterfree, which is very sad.
So sad.
I'm going to be playing the third game of every gen, which is why I'm playing Yellow. Usually, the third game, like Yellow, Crystal, Emerald, whatever, is the hardest because, you know, the game comes out and they can basically do a balance patch of the third game. And I'm also going to try and fight, like, extra bosses and do the Elite Four rematches if they're available. I don't think this game has any of that. In this game, I don't think so. I think it's just once you beat the champion, you've done everything this game has to offer. But Crystal or Gen 2 has the red fight, and I think it also has Elite Four rematches. And then every game after has a bunch of fights.
Is every Butterfree going to have a different name?
Probably, but I haven't thought of the Butterfree's names besides this first one.
Only this one.
Yeah.
No other Butterfree. One should be Butter, And sugar free.
Really, it should be butt-free, because have you ever seen a butterfly poop out of a butt?
That's the weirdest question I have been asked in my whole life. What should I say? What's the correct answer?
Well, you got a 50-50 chance of being right. We did like a podcast about Pokemon once.
Long time ago.
And basically, I remember a lot of what we talked about in Gen 1 was that it's jank as fuck, but everybody knows that.
Yes.
This game, I mean, even though it's really well known for being glitchy and buggy and doesn't really work right, it is actually a pretty impressive game for the time that it came out. This game is pretty non-linear. There's a ton of Pokemon to play at, like 150 playable characters technically. That's kind of like exaggerating a bit, but you know, it's still impressive. There's tons of moves. The element system is simultaneously kind of complex, but also really easy to understand because it has defined rules on how it works. It's not like, you know, Final Fantasy or Persona where like what an enemy is weak to is not always based on something concrete. It's just like, this enemy is electric type. It is weak to ground moves. That is true all the time. And this game even has dual elements. Again, for how glitchy this game is, I would not expect them to introduce Pokemon with 2 types until the second game. Also, as a minor thing, I'll probably put like the sprite sheet of Red and Blue, because I gave you the sprite sheet for Red and Blue. I'll probably put it in the description. Yes. Yellow improved the sprites for all the Pokemon pretty dramatically.
I kind of prefer the first Butterfree rather than the second one. The second one is kind of more chunky, like it's not like flying correctly, but the first one is like, you know, flying correctly, you know?
It's got weird, yeah, the first Butterfree has like a weird indent on its wing.
Oh, but that's normal for butterflies. They'll have like perfectly circular... Wait, is that a circle? I don't know geometry. I fail geometry.
I failed geography, but that's unrelated.
Where's Poland?
Over there.
I have a problem. I'm not there. I can't see where you pointing at.
That's fine. The original sprite for Hitmonchan, everybody says that it looks like a Doduo squatting over with a Togekiss behind looking over it.
On it. Oh my god. The Golbat is like, the first sprite is kind of decent, it's like devious, but the second one is like, why did they change it?
The Red and Blue Golbat is completely unhinged. It's kind of awesome.
It's also in yellow because I got you in yellow.
Yeah, it still looks pretty goofy in yellow, but it's not that extreme. Okay, in this game I'm going to use repels. In future games, I'm actually not going to use repels because I want to see if I can find a shiny before I beat... Because I'm going to go up to Gen 5 because I hate Gen 6 and onwards. I want to see if I can actually both beat these games with only a Butterfree and also get a shiny. I don't even care if I can't bring it to other games. If I could just catch a shiny, that will be good enough for me.
Weird question. Why you're so masochist? Like, you like to make things hard on yourself, like this challenge.
You know, I don't know.
Have you ever thought about that? Why do I want to make things harder for myself?
Ouch. No repel isn't really a challenge, it's mostly just a thing of...
It's a mental challenge.
It will be mentally challenging, yes, hearing every like 3 seconds, but because I do have to fight this guy and win.
No, I swear I skipped that dude.
You can skip him, it's just if you skip him, that counts as a loss, and he'll have a Flareon, and Flareon sucks. I need him to have a Jolteon.
Well, good luck, my boy. Oh, for the record, you're not using like the Nintendo Magic Speed button.
Yeah, I don't want to use speed up too much because it's really easy to get complacent with it and just... Because this game is fucking slow. This game's gonna be slow, but also short no matter what I do. So I'm gonna play this legit if I can. I also have a thing showing me where all the hidden items are.
Because we like cheating.
I am a cheater, it's true.
I'll cancel your next videos.
You
Not
say that a
Twitter,
lot.
like, I can't take seriously that Twitter became X.
Yeah, I hate that people are actually calling it X. Just call it Twitter. Don't let Elon Musk win, you fucks.
Okay, I won't let Elon win over my mind.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
I'm okay with you calling it X videos because that's funny. I just don't like when people just call Twitter X unironically.
It sounds weird. It sounds like a, adult video site.
It not only does it sound like an X video site or a adult video site, it is an adult video site. I mean, you can look up porn on Twitter if you
I
want.
did not know that.
You can. I mean, people post. People be posting, bro. Going back to Pokemon for a second. So in Gen 1, your critical hit ratio is actually based on your speed, which I don't think is actually a bug. I think that was actually supposed to be a balancing factor for certain Pokemon, but because, like, Electrode is the fastest Pokemon in this game by, like, 10 speed, and it has by far the highest crit ratio, but Electrode is fast and literally nothing else. It sucks. But I feel like they deliberately designed, it's like, okay, we're gonna have this Pokemon, it has kind of bad stats and not great moves, but it gets critical hits all the time. But then after this game, they just said, nah, forget it, it's 1 in 16 chance. In Yellow, Butterfree learns Confusion at level 10, meaning as soon as it evolves. I think it doesn't learn it until like level 11 or 12 in Red and Blue.
Oh.
Also, Auto Fire A is stuck on, and I don't know how to turn it off. I think it's a toggle.
The button A. The button A of the 87.
Yeah. Okay, Butterfree's crit chance is somewhere between 13 and 14%, so not great, but not terrible. A Butterfree has the same attack stat as Onyx, that giant rock snake thing.
Wowie.
And also in this game, Special is 1 stat, so Butterfree, statistically, isn't actually that bad. It's fast and pretty strong special-wise, and pretty tanky special-wise. I mean, not tanky because it has fairly low health, but it can take a hit. It can't really take a physical hit. Oh, I'm out of confusions.
You should buy some repo when you can.
I definitely will. I think this encounter is like a 5% chance or something, a level 9 Pidgeotto. Pidgey evolves at level 16, by the way. They added that encounter into Yellow because in the anime, which is what this version is based off of, Ash caught a Pidgeotto in Viridian Forest.
What happens if I fail your class?
Then you give me $200.
We have bad news.
You have $300.
No, I'm bankrupt.
Oh. You don't have a... You're part of the Cookie Kingdom. Don't you have like a treasury or some shit?
That's my mom. I'm the princess, not the queen, sorry.
Alright, well...
Do you have personal lost media?
I mean, technically, yes, because, you know, I don't put in all of the video footage.
Does that count as lost media?
I would say literally yes, it counts, but I never cut anything, like, important, so you're not actually missing anything.
For some reason, I was like, okay, I'll upload the both of the Pokemon Yellow series on my channel later, because I showed the emulation. And I forgot to download the bot before deleting it.
Oh no.
So that's lost media.
That's so sad.
Nobody can say if I use emulation or not, huh?
I still think it's funny that Gen 2's Pikachu was just baby Pikachu that evolves into Pikachu. I ate a bunch of Reese's Pieces before I started recording, so I think they're getting stuck in my throat.
What's that? Reese's Pieces?
You know Reese's Peanut Butter Cup?
Yeah?
Imagine the taste of a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, but in M&M form. That's basically what they are.
Ooh, delicious. How do you, like, I know that in future Pokemon games you have to, like, fight like 20,000 million beetles or something to gain a certain amount of EVs and stuff. Or I don't remember how they were called, EVs, I don't know.
Yeah, the EVs are the ones you get for beating Pokemon.
Ah, those ones. How? Ah, you answered the question in there. I'm sorry.
So these two Pokemon, they have the same attack stat of like 35. Really bad. That is what the what are they called? The vitamins do, like protein, carbose, iron. That's what they do in Pokemon is, in this game, they just give you stat experience of a certain stat. In future games, they give you like 8 EVs in the specific stat. None of the wrap hits are very strong, but the fact that it just prevents you from doing anything is kind of fucked up. I think that move exists 3 times in this game. There's Wrap, Bind, and Fire Spin, which all do that. But for some reason, there's only one priority move, Quick Attack, and it's weak as shit. And there's only one perfect accuracy move, Swift. So, weird priorities there. Also, when Butterfree got up to level like 12 or 13, it learned Poison Powder. I think next level it'll learn Stun Spore, and then the next level after that it'll learn Sleep Powder. I think in future gens, once it gets to level like 13 or 14, it just learns all 3 of them at the same time.
You don't remember this guy you met in Viridian Forest?
He looks exactly like me when I was a child. Bug net and all.
You have a bug net? That's cool.
I did. Boom. Head exploded.
Exactly.
You beat me again. Actually, I think in Fire Red, trainers in this game don't have names, unlike every game in the future. But when they added names to all the trainers in Fire Red, they kept that line about him, like, oh, I met you in Viridian Forest. But there is no trainer of that name in Viridian Forest. So, I don't know, maybe he was, like, stalking you. It's like he saw you, but you didn't see him.
Or maybe it's just Game Freak being Game Freak.
Also that, yes.
I really... The snake used rap. Ah, I thought you were saying rap, like Parappa the Rapper, not rap. That's why I said it before, rap. And I was like a bit confused. I was like, they can rap at you. They can, you know,
they can
have
just
some
do
beats.
that. That's pretty great to imagine. Is like Brock's like, get him, Onyx, start rapping. He's like, that's beatboxing.
Yo. Did you already do a gym?
Yeah, I did. I fought Brock, who had that Geodude and Onyx.
How didn't notice him looking at the screen?
Because I didn't bring attention to it at all. Because Brock is such a non-issue. Wait, real quick, look at the Mew sprite from the original Red and Green, and look how dopey it looks. Very, very interesting. Wow, I'm getting really lucky not being put to sleep. I think Sing only has 50 accuracy, but like with that thing I mentioned earlier with enemy status moves having 75 accuracy, I don't know if that also increases accuracy to 75 if it's lower than 75. I hope it doesn't.
Talking about the French fries.
You're still stuck on that.
Eat me like one of your French fries.
Draw me like one of your French fries.
Draw me with one of your French fries.
Oh yeah, also
With all the oil.
in this game, Nurse Joy has a Chansey next to her because Nurse Joy had a Chansey in the anime because she did not have a Chansey in Red and Blue. When I played this game as a kid, so many of the Pokemon centers have a dude in front of the Chansey, so I was like, oh man, there better be at least one Poke Center that doesn't have a fucking guy in front of this Chansey, because I bet if you check that Chansey, it's going to give you something great. And then when I finally did get to one where I could check Chansey, it just went Chansey, and that was it. And I was really sad.
Back in the day when there wasn't the internet, the rumors of the internet were... Well, the rumors were crazy. Like the Mew rumor, or like the Pikachu.
Yeah, humanity is definitely better off that we have the internet, obviously. Like, I'm not going to argue that. But it's just not possible to have secrets like that anymore, or like schoolyard rumors of like, yeah, the Mew under the truck. Like that shit just doesn't happen anymore.
It happens in forums, then the people are like, oh, this is fake because this and this and this, and that's all.
I mean, even in the early days of the internet, stuff like that existed. Like, I distinctly remember me being at a friend's house and we were playing Super Smash Bros. Melee trying to unlock Sonic and Toad because we read on some random fake game cheats website, like, you can unlock Toad if you get under like 2 minutes on the total time in the target test. And like, oh my god, we have to do this. And then we did it, and then nothing happened. And we were like, fuck.
I got them mainly because of the posters, and I got the one of Majora's Mask 3D because of the poster. It was so cool.
Is it the one where Link is like putting on the mask and like there's the whole cat? Yeah, yeah. I love that art. I don't like Majora's Mask 3D, but I do like that key art. Butterfree's moveset is actually really good. It's mostly its typing that fucks it over, because even though it's bug flying, the only bug move it can possibly learn is String Shot, which sucks. And I don't think it can learn any flying type move. Actually, I think it can learn Gust in Yellow specifically. Or maybe that was a Crystal thing, or a Gen 2 thing, I don't know. Either way, it can't take advantage of either of its typings, which is a legitimate problem with this Pokemon, even though its moveset is great.
For the recording purpose, if there's sounds of ambulances, police, fire trucks, it's because I live where the world ends with you.
Oh shit. Yeah. Where the world ends with you? That's sick. You should get out of there. There's lots of noise around.
I bet you didn't expect that reference.
World Ends With You takes place in Shibuya? Sounds like a Persona 5 reference to me.
You never saw it coming.
I hate that game.
Truly?
Oh, I actually like it. But it is annoying.